राम राम नमः सर्वेभ्यः। गुरुरेव गतिर्गुरुमेव भजे गुरुणैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे न गुरोः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोः मतिरस्ति गुरौ मम पाहि गुरो जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेष्वभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि. Today we will directly begin with the contemplation of the final 5 verses, and then we will have student revision of all the verses that we have learned till today. Maybe a couple of announcements. मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्. So in Bhisma Stuti, we were in verse 37. We saw it in detail last time. Bhishma, throughout the Stuti, he has been meditating upon the form of the Lord in the Yuddha Bhumi itself. So Krishna as Parthasarathi is how Bhishma's darshana is. So for each devotee, Bhagavan's darshana depends upon their own mental state. Bhagavan also says in the Bhagavad Gita, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tams tathaiva bhajamyaham. Those who worship me in whatever way, I respond to them in that same manner. And hence these multifarious forms of Bhagavan. Here Bhishma's favorite form, no doubt, is this Parthasarathi form, because Bhishma himself is a warrior by his own prakriti. Bhishma's nature is to be a warrior. And hence that reflection is also seen in the form of the Lord as the warrior, as Parthasarathi. And for that image to be marked, to be tattooed onto Bhishma's heart, that kind of vision is also necessary. And to give such a vision to his dear devotee, Bhagavan rushes at his devotee with the Ratha Chakra in his hand, with that Rathanga in his hand, as it says here, Dhrita Ratha Charanaha, which is Chakra. With the Chakra in his hand, he rushes towards Bhishma. And we saw the beauty of Gatottariyaha, Haririva Hantumibham Gatottariyaha. His Uttariya was gone. And he rushed towards Bhishma. We saw the various interpretations of what we can give to the word Uttariya, that is Gatottariyaha. Why all Bhagavan would remove his upper garment? It just flew away. And how we can envision that and how Bhishma would have envisioned that, we saw the various interpretations of the word Gatottariyaha. Now we move on to the next verse, verse number 38. Shiti Vishikha Hataha Vishirna Damshaha Kshataja Pariplutaha Atatayinaha Me Prasabham Abhisasaramat Vadhartham Sabhatume Bhagavan Gatir Mukundaha. That was the verse. So this is actually the continuation of verse 37. Both together is the meditation upon that form, because this is where Bhishma says, Sabhavatu me Bhagavan Gatihi. May that Bhagavan be my refuge. Gatihi here means refuge. That Mukunda, who took upon that form for my sake, may he be my refuge. How was that Mukunda? Now this is where the personal connection between the devotee and the God in front of him, Bhagavan in front of him, comes across. Bhagavan is the Sarathi, he is the charioteer for Arjuna standing in front. And Arjuna and Bhishma are fighting. Both of them are fighting against each other. Usually to lessen the power of the other person, you attack the Sarathi so that he gets injured and he is not able to perform his duties. In that way, it is very difficult to attack Arjuna's Sarathi. And Arjuna's Sarathi is Krishna here. It is difficult to attack Arjuna's Sarathi because Arjuna is such a superlative warrior. He would not allow attacks on his own charioteer. But Bhishma is so efficient that he has been able to get through the defenses of Arjuna and also pierce Bhagavan, and that beauty stands in front of his eyes. Shiti Vishikha Hataha. Vishikha means arrows. Shiti means those which are sharp. Having been pierced by sharp arrows. Whose sharp arrows? Bhishma's own sharp arrows. So Bhishma did not do Archana using flowers. He did his puja, he did his Archana using the arrows. So whatever your own Prakriti, when you say you be devoted to the Lord using your own Prakriti, this is how Bhishma shows his devotion, by hitting the Lord using his sharp arrows. Shiti Vishikha Hataha Vishirna Damshaha. Damsha means the kavacha that one is wearing. The armor is called as Damsha. And because of these sharp arrows, there is a slit in the kavacha. The kavacha is slightly burst open. And then the arrow has gone inside and pierced the skin. And therefore there is a cut on the skin. From that cut, the blood is oozing out. Kshataja pariplutaha. With that blood that is oozing out, Bhagavan is bathed. He is drenched in that kind of blood. Also, there is a lot of splatter of blood. The war is always very bloody. So, Kshataja pariplutaha. And who is all this? Atatayi dome. Atatayi means one who attacks is called an Atatayi. So, all these are my banas, my arrows, which were used against you. You were pierced by my arrows, and therefore your armor was broken. And you were bathed and drenched in that blood that was oozing out. That kind of Parthasarathi. Prasabham abhisasara madvadhartham. Seeing this terrific form of Bhishma, and that is why Bhagavan was impelled to jump out of his charioteer's seat and take this Rathacharana and rush towards Bhishma. Abhisasara means you rush towards me. To do what? Madvadhartham. To kill me. Prasabham abhisasara. That prasabham, the word prasabham means having overcome something, like with a lot of effort and this thing. Why that effort? Because as soon as Krishna jumped off his charioteer's seat, Arjuna also jumped off. He went and held Krishna's feet and said, no, you cannot do this. You have taken up a pratigna that you will not use weapons in this war. Even if it be Bhishma, who is terrifying the whole Pandava army, whatever it be, you cannot do this. Then there is a conversation between Krishna and Arjuna, where Krishna berates Arjuna, you don't seem to be doing your kartavya. For the sake of dharma, I will have to do this. It doesn't matter if my woe goes away. Therefore, prasabham abhisasara. In spite of Arjuna trying to hold him back, and in spite of Arjuna's promises, you rush to kill me. So that kind of Mukunda, may that Mukunda be my gati. Also prasabham, because Bhagavan is upholding the woe of his devotee, that is Bhishma, and giving up his own satya. That is the Bhakta Vatsalya that he is showing here. Where it is okay that I am breaking my promise, but Bhishma, the promise that you made should not be broken. And hence I am rushing towards him, madvadhartham, prasabham abhisasara. So Shithivishikahataha Vishirnadamshaha Shatajabharipluta Atatayino me Prasabhamabhisasaramadvadhartham Sabhavatu me Bhagavan Gatirmukundaha. Next verse 39. Vijayaratha Kutumbe Attatotre Dhritahaya Rashmini Tachriye Kshaniye Bhagavati Rati Rastume Mumurusho Yamiha Nirikshya Hatagatasarupam. Vijaya Ratha Kutumbe. Vijaya here again refers to Arjuna. The Arjuna's Ratha, meaning the chariot, the horses, Arjuna himself, all of them are like family for Krishna. And hence Krishna is referred to as this whole Vijaya Ratha is referred to as family for Krishna. Why family? Because a person who is the head of the family would protect everybody in the family, come what may. Whether they might speak bad against him, there might be some misunderstandings within the family, whatever it is, to the outer world, they will always be protected by this person. Like that, Krishna is protecting Arjuna's chariot from all sides. Whatever be the attack, with his yogic power, he is protecting Arjuna's chariot, and hence Vijaya Ratha Kutumbe. What is Krishna doing? Atta Totra. Totra means that whip that he is holding is called as Totra. So in one hand he is holding the whip for the horses, and the other hand he is holding the reins of the horses. So Rashmayaha, Rashmi means the reins of the horses. Dhrita Haya Rashmini. So in one hand are the reins and the other hand is the whip. So holding both. Atta Totre Dhrita Haya Rashmini. Tachriya Ikshaniye. And Shri he always refers to the glory, the beauty, the Mangalatva that is there. This appearance of the Lord in front of him for Bhishma, this appeals to his eyes. He looks at this and he is just mesmerized. That is more than enough for me. Seeing this form of the Lord where he is holding the whip, controlling the horses and just protecting Arjuna's chariot, that Shri, that glory, that charming beauty that is there in front of me, Ikshaniye, meaning I just want to keep seeing that. I do not want to take my eyes off. That is also probably why Bhishma is continuously fighting with Arjuna, so that he can keep looking at Krishna and this form that is there. And in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, that is the form that is described. Tata shvetair hair yukte bhati syandane sthito madhavah pandavaschaiva divyo shankau pradadhatuhu. Both Arjuna and Krishna are just sitting on the chariot with 4 white horses in front. And that view itself is so glorious that one would want to keep looking at it. Nothing else Bhishma wants. In that Bhagavan Ratirastu, may I have devotion, may I have attachment, love towards that Bhagavan, towards that Krishna. Me mumurshoho. Who am I? I am wanting to die. Now on this deathbed sitting now, Bhishma is telling, now I want to give up this body. My desire is only to give up this body now. Martum ichuhu mumurshuhu. Me mumurshoho. May that form stand in my eyes. Why that form? Because looking at that form, all the people who are battling on the battlefield of Kurukshetra in those days, whoever saw the form in this manner, all of them attained Sarupya. Because they were looking at you and they gave up their prana. And they all attained Sarupam. Yamiha Nirikshya, seeing this form of Bhagavan, Gataha Sarupam. Those who were killed, they all attained Sarupya. They all attained the form of Bhagavan, they all attained Viraswarga. So, may I also have that same form in my eyes, in my mind now, may I meditate upon that form, so that now I am going to give up this body. May I also attain that kind of mukti. Is what Bhishma is doing prarthana to Bhagavan here. Moving on to verse 14. Now, in that battlefield warring, looking at Krishna, and they attained Sarupya. What is so surprising? Even gopis attained the same kind of mukti. And when they began, they also did not have any idea that Krishna is Bhagavan only. They wanted to have Krishna as their own husbands. They wanted to love Krishna as their husband and child and whatnot. And therefore he compares it with gopis. Without gopi, you will not have any. These Bhagavata Stutis are dripping with gopi, because Bhagavata is an ode to the gopis, gopikas of Vrindavana. Lalita gati vilasa valguhasa pranaya nirikshana kalpito rumanaha kritam anukritavatya unmadandhaha prakriti magan kila yasya gopavadvaha. Gopavadhu means all the gopis who are there, those who came in the Gopa Kula. Lalita Gati. Lalita Gati is the way they walk, the beautiful gait that they have, a swan-like gait that you would call. Lalita is just a commonly graceful gait that you have, is called as Lalita Gati. And Vilasa is jolly playing with one another. And Valguhasa. Valguhasa is that sweet smile that you can give. And Pranaya Nirikshana is that when you look at your lover's eyes, when you look at the eyes of somebody who is so dear to you, the eyes do all the speaking. So that Nirikshana, looking at the other person and communicating only through the eyes, those looks that you have. Kalpitoru Manaha. This is how they all did puja. Bhishma did puja by shooting arrows at Krishna. How did the gopis do their puja? They did their puja with whatever they knew. Lalita Gati, Vilasa, Valguhasa, Pranaya Nirikshana, Kalpita Urumanaha. Mana means giving respect, doing worship to somebody. Is that puja is called as mana. Urumanaha means the greatest of puja was done this way. Kalpitorumanaha. In that way, what did they do? If we look at Dashamaskandha, the gopis every day, as Krishna was doing his Leela, they used to imitate. Through all their works, every day they are going about their own duties. Churning curd, milking cows, getting water from the river, from the well, their other household chores that they have. But through all of this, Kritam Anukritavatyaha. Every time they used to meet, they used to imitate Krishna. You know, Krishna killed this Asura, Bakasura, Aghasura, Putana, and they will imitate that same Leela again. You know, I am Krishna, I am going to lift this Govardhana Parvata, and one will do a stand like that. And all this kind of imitations used to happen. That is Anukritavatyaha. So they just imitated your doings, Unmadandhaha, infatuated with love for you. They used to do like this, and with that they attained your own Prakriti. They became one with you. Prakriti Magan Kila Yasya Gopavadvaha. Yasya Prakriti Magan. They became one with you. The word Agan is actually Agaman. The Makara is missing just by Arsha. Prakriti Magan. Prakriti Magan Kila Yasya Gopavadvaha. All the gopis, they ultimately attained that oneness with you just by being like this, being with you and imitating your doings and doing puja to you in the way only they know. Overcome with love for you, they did that. And this way, Bhishma reminisces about gopis and Vrindavana also. And then again he continues, again coming back to his own meditative state, he says, Munigana Nripavarya Sankule Antasadasi Yudhishthira Rajasuye Arhana Muvapayada Ikshaniyaha Mama Drishi Gochara Yesha Aviratva. In that Rajasuya Yajna of Yudhishthira, where there was a great assembly of the sages and royals, all the greatest of sages had come there, beginning with Vedavyasa. If you see the list in Mahabharata or Bhagavata, all the Maharishis and Brahmarishis and everybody was present in that Rajasuya. In that Rajasuya, where so many sages were there, And the kings across the whole of the Bharatavarsha were present. So Munigana, Nripavargya, Sankuli, all of them had gathered there. In that Sadas, meaning in that Sabha, in that Yudhishthira Rajasoya Sabha, you were worshipped because you were the greatest. Everybody was in consensus that you are the one to be worshipped. All of them who knew well, all the sages agreed, all the kings agreed, except maybe Shishupala and his gang. Everybody else had agreed that you were to be given the Agra Puja. Arhana Mupapede. You were worshipped, and that was so worthy to be seen. Again, this image comes up in the mind of Bhishma because he was one among the decision makers of that Agra Puja. Sahadeva proposed that Krishna should be given the first puja, and Bhishma also agreed. He was one of the eldest who was there. He was also well respected. And that image comes in front of his mind, he said. That had to be seen. Only people who have watched that know the glory of that scene at Rajasuya where you were worshipped. Ikshaniyaha had to be seen. May that picture of Krishna, Mama Drishi Gocharaha astu. May that picture come in front of me now. Aviratma. Aviratma means that Jagadatma. You are Jagadatma and hence you were given the Agra Puja. May you, that indweller, may you come, may you be present inside me, may you shine within me. May I see you within myself. Aviratma, says the verse 41. Going on to the final verse 42. Now this Yogeshwara Bhishma, now he says, from all the forms, now he is taking his mind back. Various forms of the Lord he has meditated upon the Sarthi form, upon the Gopika Krishna form, upon the form in the Rajaso Yajna. Now he says, from the forms, he takes it to the formless. Tam imamahamajam, that aja, that unborn one, who never has birth. This Krishna that I am seeing in front of me, all of us say he is born from the womb of Devaki and was brought up by Yashoda. But the Krishna I am speaking of is aja. He is the one who is unborn. Tam imam, but it is this same Krishna who is that unborn. Imam aham ajam, that unborn one. Who is he? Sharira bhajam hridi hridi dhishthitam. And who is the indweller in all hearts of all the beings. Hridi hridi dhishthitam. The word hridi hridi means in every heart. As the Atma, he is there in every person. But because the creatures are embodied, because we think of ourselves as this Sharira, as this body, we do not recognize that he is the one who is present. Though he is enthroned in the hearts of every being, because we assume ourselves to be this body only, we do not find him. Sharira bhajam hridi hridi dhishthitam atma kalpitanam. Why don't we see him? Hence he says atma kalpitanam. We ourselves have created an illusion for ourselves that we are this body, we are interacting with this world, whereas he is the only one that is present. Bhagavan is the only truth that is present. And here Bhishma himself gives a drishtanta, meaning an example, an analogy. Pratidrishamiva naikadharkam ekam. Just like Arka means the sun is different in each eyes. We need to understand the example deeply. The sun is one. All of us know there is only a single sun. Only because of that sun, each person, whenever we see through the eyes, we are able to see so many things. But we are able to see only because of the sun, because of that light. If that light was not there, we cannot see anything at all. That is a gross way of taking the example. In the Upanishads, Surya is the Adhidevata for the eyes. meaning he is the Devata for the eyes itself. The eyes work because of the Surya Shakti. And therefore, even though Surya is one, the Surya Devata is exactly one only, in each person it differs because of their own Upadhi, we call. Now I have brought in a new term called as Upadhi. In Vedanta, the word Upadhi is translated into English as adjunct. But that also will not mean unless we understand it through examples. Let us take it this way. Let us say there are multiple pots, each filled with certain amount of water. Now there is a single sun that is there on top, and that is reflected in each of this pot. When you go and look inside the pot, you see one sun over there. You look inside the next pot, there is another sun over there. So now if there are 100 pots, it will seem like there are 100 different suns. But the sun is in fact only one. You can say there are 100 suns because there is a sun in each pot. If you take that pot, wherever you take it, there will be one sun inside that. But in reality, there is only a single sun. Similarly, that Bhagavan is one. Through various material bodies that are there, that means each of our Sharira, there is a reflection of that Bhagavan within this, and hence that Hridi Dhishthitam. Each of our hearts reflects that Bhagavat Tattva, and hence the example Pratidrishamiva Naikadharkam Ekam. He is Eka, there is only one. Arkam Ekam, there is only a single sun. But it feels Naikadha. Naikadha means multiple. Just like there are multiple suns in each of the eyes of the people, like that, this single Bhagavan is seen in multiplicity across the hearts of various embodied beings. Now, if you remove that pot, if you break that pot, nothing happens to the sun. The sun is still one. The sun is always untouched. If you throw the water out of that pot, if that pot breaks into pieces, the sun is not affected in the least sense. If you throw the water out and you fill it back again, the sun will still be reflected. So similarly, how many ever embodied beings are there, everywhere Bhagavan will be there. At the same time, when this body perishes, Bhagavan will still be there. Like this, there is no bheda in that single. In that sun, in the example of the pot and the sun, there is no difference in the sun at all. There is exactly one sun, and that is what it reflected through all this, and through that only we are able to see everything also. Like that, therefore, there is only one single thing, that Ekam, and hence Vidhuta Bheda Moha. Bheda means difference. Now you might say that the reflection in this one pot is different from the reflection in another pot, but the reflection is of the same sun. If the sun were not to be there, there would be no reflection at all in any of the pots. Rather, if you take it to the next level, let's say there are multiple pots. Now we forget about the sun. We'll take only the space that is there around. When you take two different pots, you say this pot has one space, that pot has one space. Yes, for Vyavahara this is very useful practically. You pour water into this, you put rice into that, they work differently and hence they have different spaces. But space is only one. There is nothing called space within the pot. You just created a pot and you created something like a partition in space. Rather, the pot itself exists only in space. If there was no space, pot wouldn't have existed there. Like this, there is only one underlying reality, and hence there is no bheda at all. There is no difference that you can say. There is no difference between the space in this pot and space in that pot. If both pots were to break, you cannot show where is the difference in space. Space is exactly one. And that kind of bheda, that kind of difference that we see May that bheda go away. Vidhuta bheda mohaha. Vidhuta means may I just give it up. May I just throw that bheda away. That bheda is due to an illusion. May that illusion of bheda move away and may I realize my oneness with that underlying Bhagavan, with you, O Krishna. Samadhigatosmi samyak adhigatosmi. I have learnt it well. Samyak means very well. Samyak adhigataha. I have understood it very well. Samadhigatosmi vidhuta bheda mohaha. I have given up everything. There is no moha now. There is no bheda now. There is no difference at all. All I know is that single eka, that advaita tattva is all that I know. Tamimamahamajam sharira bhajam hridi hridi dhishthitam kalpitanam pratidrishamiva naikadharkamekam samadhigatosmi vidhuta bheda mohaha. All the moha is dispelled, says Bhishma, and he finishes his stuti this way and he gives up his sharira. In Bhagavata, the very next verse is Suta Vacha, and Suta says, this way Bhishma closes his eyes and in his yoga, through his yogic power, he gives up his deha and attains mukti, videha mukti. Samadhigatosmi vidhuta bheda moha. That day, Bhishma Mukti happens, and this is that Parthasarathi Perumal of Thiruvallikeni temple. I just wanted to show a picture. If you Google it, you will surely find it. I just wanted to show this picture of Perumal. If you look closely, you will see spots on his face and across his sharira also. It will not be a very smooth vigraha. Usually Krishna, when he is a butter Krishna or a small Krishna, they are very smooth because he is so soft and cuddly and cute. But here, with all that the hurt from the war and wounds everywhere, it is still not cured. It is all there across. So that you will see that in this vigraha of Parthasarathi. Those, if you have any opportunity to visit Chennai, do visit the Thiruvallikeni temple. It is there. And these are a couple of very famous photos of that. Swanigamam apahaya mat pratignyam vritamadhikurtum abapluto rathasthaha. He jumps off his chariot and rushes towards Bhishma. You can see in both places his Uttariya. In the second image, the Uttariya is flying back. The Uttariya is probably already flown back in the left side image. There are two different depictions where Bhagavan is rushing. And the important distinction that you can see is on the right side image, he actually has a chariot wheel in his hand. On the left side image, he is holding the Sudarshana Chakra. So according to tradition, the interpretation varies whether he attacked with the Sudarshana Chakra or with just a wheel that was lying around. Or they might have even had a stepney in Arjuna's chariot. So he just picked that up and he rushed at Bhishma. So it could have been anyway. And in both places, you see Arjuna holding him back. Prasabham. So he's even with Arjuna's foe, he's just pulling Arjuna and rushing forward. And there Bhishma, you see in both pictures, in one picture he is with folded hands. In other picture he is welcoming Bhagavan with. So in both places he just keeps his bow down and he welcomes that mrityu. Bhagavan, if you are going to, Krishna, if you are going to attack me and if I am going to die, I welcome that kind of death. So beautifully you have upheld my vow. And that is the beauty of this picture. Gatottariyaha. So with these two pictures in mind, we will pause here for today. Today, before we will answer some doubts and then we will have time for recitation of participants also. We will have, so first, those who have doubts, you raise your hands. Then we will go to, we will revise all the verses. The participants, you yourselves can recite. I will unmute you and you can raise your hand and recite. But first, raise your hand only for doubts. Then we will go to the recitation part. Both Kunti Stuti and Bhisma Stuti we will recite today, if there are enough people to recite. Okay. Gayatri Kesi, you can talk. I have unmuted you.
Sorry,
please
Mahodaya.
raise your hand only for doubts. Yes.
Sorry, Mahodaya. I had raised the hand for the earlier program. Sorry.
Okay. Akhila?
Guruji, namaste. You had
Namaste.
said the meaning of 1.9.43. Actually, the slide was saying 1.9.42. We never got the meaning of 1.9.42. From 4.1
What
it
is
went
4.2?
4.3, Guruji.
No, what is 4.2 by the way?
There is a slokam here, no, 1.9.42.
So in my slides there is 41 and 42.
The meanings that you had put, if you go to that
No, I am
slokam.
asking. No, you read out the 42 to me. The 42 on my slide, the ones that I taught you
Yeah,
in
42
chanting
on
is
your slide is actually 43. The shloka 43.
then what is 42 is what I am asking.
42, we didn't get the slide. That's what I'm saying. You know, the earlier one, the contemplating slide you put in English,
No.
like this. If you just go
40,
to one
what
side.
I am saying, I am saying 42 is the final shloka in the chanting
Guruji,
also.
in the Mahabharata, in the book I'm having, the book you have told me to refer, 43 is the final shloka that you gave. There is another shloka, 42.
That is why I am asking you to read out either 42 or 43 so that I know.
42 I will read out. It is
42, there is one more. Okay, I know there is a Patha Beda. We have not dealt with that shloka. If necessary, I will deal with it in the next class. Or else this is enough. In this Patha, there are only these many shlokas in the Sridhari Chana
Okay.
also. So 42, if you want, you can read that by yourself. There is a Patha Beda. Yes, I understood. There is one extra verse. So, so in some books, the 42 that I am showing here is 43. I understood. Yes.
Okay.
Got it.
Thank you.
Vijay Raghavan.
Namo Namaha Guruve.
Namo Namaha.
So I had a question in the sun and pot water example.
Yes.
So, like, I think that is referring to Bhagavan and Paramatma form, who is sitting in the heart. So,
Correct.
so like in that pot, like the water, like sun is like not real in that pot in a way because it's a reflection. But
Correct.
my understanding is in our heart, like Bhagwan is there as Paramatma and he's real.
Yes.
So
Yes.
is that the right
Yes.
understanding?
Correct. That is the right understanding. That's why examples will not always work to the full extent. Okay. That is why I gave the second example of the space within the pots. See, their space is real, and
Yes.
space within the pot is also real.
Okay.
But space is only one. You have created
Yeah.
a space. You can say the pot space only because you have a pot. If the pot wasn't there, there is only one space. There is nothing like a partition in space. So that is the other example. We have to take both these examples side by side to completely understand.
Okay, Guru. Dhanyawad,
All
Ram.
examples will have loopholes because examples are examples. They are not truth.
Yeah.
So to understand the truth, you have to go a step beyond examples.
Okay. Okay, Guru. Ram.
Um, Chandrasekharan here.
Namaskaram, Guruji.
Namaste.
Can you please enlarge the Perumal photo and because the Tiruvallikeni Perumal, will it be possible to enlarge a little bit more?
These are also depictions only. This is not the real photo of the Perumal because I don't think photography is allowed within the temple premises. This is an artist's depiction of that Perumal. You can see him with his mustache twirling.
As you said, we can view the change in the Perumal's face. So if it could enlarge, I wanted to see that's all.
No, that you can Google some photos and see them. I'm sure you will find them. If I cannot enlarge on the screen, that will become a yeah. Yeah, that is the best.
Okay, Guru. Okay. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. Badri Narayan.
Namaste, Guruji. One doubt about remembering about Gopika state of worshipping Krishna. So, when he is constant, because about the timeline, I was thinking about, because he might have got, as you had mentioned, he might have gotten familiar about Krishna only as a diplomat, and later as I mean, later down the line, after the Vrindavan Leelas would have passed by. So, how he might have got such a good record of the all the Leelas he might have carried out in Vrindavan.
That would have become quite famous. See, this is decades after Krishna was dead. This is almost multiple decades have passed. So those stories would have obviously been circulating everywhere. That is why when others, like the enemies of Krishna, like Shishupala and others also, when they berate Krishna also, they use such epithets where you were only a cowherd, you were this, that, you were doing, simply you have created your own stories. All this kind of things the enemies of Krishna also use. That means those stories were quite prevalent. This is for many decades, right? So those stories would have become quite prevalent. So that way Bhishma would have heard them. Even Kunti, when she does the stuti, she also talks about Yashoda and Krishna Leela and other things. That means they all have not seen it first hand, whether it is Kunti or Bhishma. They have not seen those Leelas first hand, where they surely would have heard it later. That is how we have to take it.
Okay, that means they were the stories were quite famous and popular by that time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once that person becomes famous, after comes Avadha, after things, the childhood story is also a story, they also become famous.
Understood. Thank you. Then
Ashok Gudsurkar.
Namo Namah Mohoday. See, my question is old because I requested you last time 2 times that the meaning, you are giving meaning of each word or phrase of the shloka. But
Okay,
the total
I will show it to you now. Wait a second. I understand what you're coming to. I will share the screen and I will show it to you now where the meanings are available. 1 second. Just give me a
even
minute.
Bhisma,
I knew.
the Stuti also it is not there, meaning is not there for the each shloka.
1 second. I hope you are able to see the screen now. This is how your dashboard will look, and you go to
Yeah.
this Bhagavata. Right? When you open this, so
Ah.
here you see notes here
Ah.
on the left side. Notes.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
open the
Ah.
notes.
Ah.
Yeah, you will get a PDF like this. I'll just make this full screen.
Yeah.
So in this PDF that we have here, so each of this, see the first verse, for example, Janmadhyasa, it has the running.
First three shloka
And
it is there, yes.
yeah, similarly for the whole of Kunti Stuti also it is present.
Can
I
you
have
show
not
me?
yet uploaded. Similarly, you just go down the PDF. For example, this is Kunti Stuti.
Ah.
For each verse there is a running meaning, and then there are points.
Oh.
So
And
like
what
this
about
it is.
I see. So all shlokas are there in the
Yes,
notes
all
only. Or
books are here. Yes. Whenever updated, they will all be updated in the same PDF.
and what
For
about
the
Bhisma
Bhishma
Stuti also? The
that will update. Since we have just finished it today, we will update it.
So this I will notes in it is there. Yes, I have seen. I will definitely refer that. Yes.
Yes. If you want to take a printout, you can take a printout, or you will be able
Okay.
to refer to these. Everything will be updated in these notes.
Okay. And Bhisma Stuti will be uploaded afterwards, no? Bhisma Stuti.
Yeah. This week sometime it will probably upload it. Yes.
I see.
Whenever it is uploaded, it will be available in this part only. If you can see here on the left side on the notes, this is where it will be available.
Oh, I see. Okay. I will definitely try. Yesterday, today I tried for that. I could not get it. That's why I
Could not
requested.
share this. This has already been there for more than 3 weeks. It is already there. I just wanted to, I knew you would ask today, so I just opened the screen and kept it ready to show it to you. Yes.
Okay. My second question is, where is the temple located that which mentioned this Tirumal
It
temple
is in
located?
Chennai. In Chennai, you can go and ask for Chennai.
Is it near Kapaleshwar side or a different side?
Little kind of close, not very close, maybe a few kilometers from Kapalishwara. Not very far also.
Oh, I see. Okay, धन्यवाद धन्यवाद महोदय धन्यवाद.
After who is the next person? K. Jagannathan and then Vani.
I wanted to ask a question. In Sahasranam
Yes.
also Bhishma says in this time period. So is it before that he is answering the questions to Yudhishthira, and then how does it follow up on this Stuti? I mean, I was just trying to imagine what must have happened at that time. If you can
Yeah,
throw
yeah.
some
See,
light.
that whole part in Mahabharata is quite elaborate. So it is a long conversation between Bhishma and Yudhishthira. It forms almost quarter of Mahabharata. The whole of Mahabharata, it forms almost quarter part of Mahabharata. So at the end, we get Vishnu Sahasranama. It's almost at the end. Very end is Vishnu Sahasranama. And after that, it's to
It is
Krishna
Stuti.
and up of Deha. Yeah. Between Sahasranama and giving up of Deha, there is Upadesha by Krishna itself, which is the Shatarudriya. A couple of adhyayas there. It is
Oh,
Bhishma Videha.
thank you. Thank you. Dhanyawad.
Namaskaram. This is
Yes,
Vani.
yes.
I have. Can you please upload the printable version of Bhishma Stuti so that we can read?
Yes, yes. That also we will upload. They are preparing that. This week we will upload.
And one more thing is, after this, will you please do Bhagavata completely, or a few chapters of Bhagavata?
That and all we will see slowly. This is also a few chapters of Bhagavata only.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Bhagavata
Namaskaram.
only we have started, so we will see.
Okay. Thank you.
Sujit.
Hare Krishna Mahodaya. Hare Krishna.
Yes. Hare Krishna. Tell me.
Mumursha means it's Martumicha.
Correct. Mumursha is Martumicha.
So Bhishma is desiring to die, or how it is like?
Yeah, yeah. This place in the Stuti, he is desiring to die. No? He's already made up his mind to give up his body.
Body. Dhanyawad.
Yes. So that Ichcha Marana is now he is doing it. He has taken up the Ichcha.
Dhanyawad.
Panchanadam Mahodaya.
Namaskaram, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
I have two questions. Number one is more of a try to understand the war justice. So is it right to attack the Sarathi when he is only helping to move the attacker? Because I thought they are not supposed to attack the Sarathi.
Okay, that is beyond the scope of this court. Nevertheless, I try to address it in one sentence. There are various, it is not always beyond this thing. I don't know whether you are not allowed, because in Mahabharata itself we see whether it is beyond the rules or within the rules. So many rules were broken in Mahabharata. So, but I think attacking the Sarathi is allowed. Killing the Sarathi is not allowed. Again, all those questions are for a different kind of discussion, not for this Adhyatmika discussion. So we will take the discussion.
Okay. No, but it also shows Krishna is capable of losing his temper. Even though he's a Yogeshwara, he's supposed to be cool. He does.
As an act, you should show that, right? If Rama is able to cry for his wife, and if you don't lose your, if you are able to take up temper in a war, then where else will you show Krodha? It is not losing the temper, it is called using the temper. If you are not angry, you cannot fight a war. You cannot fight a war without a certain amount of anger.
No, but he also said he will not take sides. He will not get into the war. But then he
Okay,
does.
we will keep this discussion separately. It is not a part of the Bhishma Stuti. So I can answer all these questions, but that is going away from discussion.
That's okay. Yeah, that's fine. The second question is, you're saying all of them is from Bhagavatam, right?
Correct.
These texts. Because somebody asked about the Vishnu Sahasranamam. That's part of Mahabharata. Correct. So that's why, because Mahabharatam is totally different. This is Bhagavatam. He is narrating again the same stories in a different form.
Correct.
Correct.
Correct. So that person just asked the chronology, so I just gave a certain.
That's good. Yeah, this is beautiful. I've been to Trivalikini temple. It is a very beautiful, scene. I went there actually on a Vaikuntha Ekadashi day. It's too crowded, but still you could go and have the, darshan in a queue. So it was good. Dhanyavada. It's a very, every day I have to leave the class quickly because I have another class coming in. Today I had some time to ask you questions. Dhanyavada.
Okay.
It's the class starting at 11:30. So.
Okay. Varsha, you may speak. And then Anu. Okay, Anu, you can speak.
Namaste,
Namaste.
Guru.
Yeah, Varsha.
Can you hear
Varsha,
me?
go first.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
can you? Yeah, first of all, thank you so much for some wonderful classes and lectures. And especially so wonderfully explained the Gatottariya part.
That is all just the Mahatma. We are just parroting. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to ask, in verse 41, is it Rajasuye Esham or Rajasuya Esham?
When you split, it is Rajasuye, but in the shloka, when you tell it together, it is Rajasuye Esham. So as the script is correct. In both places, the script is correct.
So how do
That is
we
the
pronounce it? Rajasuya Esham or Rajasuya Esham?
Yes,
How do we
however
pronounce
I
that?
have taught, you pronounce. Don't worry. However I have taught, you pronounce.
Okay. 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 Thank you so much.
Anu, Kannan.
Namaste, Guruji. Pontyuvacha Namasye Purushan
Wait.
Yeah?
I have not. No. There is doubt clarification. We are still asking
Oh,
questions.
sorry. I thought when this came, it's for reading.
I would have said it.
Yeah.
Lalita Krishnamurti. Lalita Krishnamurti, yes.
Yes, I don't know. I want to read the Stuti only. I have
Okay. I will ask you to
no
raise your hand.
question, but the beautiful explanation. So I am so happy.
Revati Thirumalai Sami.
Namo Namaha Mahodaya. Can I have the contemplation once more for this word? Mama Drishi Gochara Yesha Adiratma.
Mama Drishi Gocharaha. Drishi Gocharaha means, may he come in front of my eyes. May this Jagadatma, Jagadatma, may he appear in front of my eyes. That's what it means. Drishi Gocharaha. Gocharaha means the object of my eyes, the object of my vision. May he become the object of.
Okay. Dhanyavada Mahodaya.
Dhanyavad. Yeah. So now all hands are down. Now you can raise your hands for reciting. Wait. Just a minute. Don't raise your hands for recitation. No. Wait a minute. Please put your hands down. Kal Krishnan Mahodaya.
Hello, good morning to you.
Morning. Yes.
I was just listening to your chanting and looking at the words. This poetry is written so beautifully. I mean, Prasabhamabhisasara, Madvadhatam, Mamosho, Prakriti Magaman, Pradidishamiva, Naigadhatam. I mean, these things are so difficult to comprehend sometimes. That's one thing. And I'm so happy that you're able to explain these things in a clear and concise manner. Thank you very much. And the other different subject that I want to bring to your attention, we have been learning the Bhagavad Gita and Sahasranamam and, now Bhagavatam, all of those things. And I finished once speaking to a church about Hinduism. I'm preparing for a next one. But the subject is so vast, trying to talk about it in 20 minutes. And this will be a wonderful example for the young children to write as to what Hinduism is about, what these stories pertain to, and how they all come together. And then you look at the nation, it is always in the mode of, non-violence in its approach and outlook. And I just cannot reconcile these. So if you have any comments, I'd appreciate it. In the meantime, I do appreciate your dedication, your passion, your inspiration for continuing this work. Thank you.
Thank you. So I think you asked my comment on there is non-violence as a nation and violence in such a yuddha and so on. Again, that is a huge topic which we can talk about. But anywhere, non-violence, ahimsa cannot be, at least in practical, in nature, in vyavahara, it cannot be founded without a certain amount of violence. That is prakriti. That is just prakriti of people. The more and more you have experience in life, you can see how much ever you try for non-violence, there is some nature in the society, something that comes up where you will have to use force. That is
at least in this century that we are, I mean, I've been around for the last 80 plus years, and every time you look around, we just get beat up, period, whether you like it or not. So
we are actually in the most peaceful of times if we look at history. After the Second World War, I think we are in such a time where there is generally, on the macro, there is a lot of peace, even though there are wars all around that are happening. If we look at history, we are in some of the most peaceful times.
I mean, the whole Hinduism is based upon doing the right things, whether it's war or not. And every time the time comes for us as a nation, I say us, I'm talking about Indians in general, we're just in a hurry to back out and run away. I'm sorry, that's the sense I get. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks. Okay. I think those are the end of the doubts. Vidyamani, do you have a doubt? If there are doubts, please raise hands. Otherwise, don't. Yes, Vidyamani, any doubt?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Sorry, I thought of chanting sloga. That is the reason I raised my hands. So
Okay.
sorry.
Anyone else who has any doubts? Okay, now you can raise your hands for shlokas. For shlokas, we will have recitation. We will begin with the first Kunti Stuti and then move on. You can raise your hand for recitation. Yes. Now I will be calling out names only for recitation. Padma's iPad. Anyway, you don't ask me, can you hear? You can start reciting. If I don't hear, I will tell you. Yes.
Kuntyuvacha. Yeah. Namaste Purusham Tvadyamishwaram Prakrite Param Alaksham Sarvabhutanam Antar Bahiravasthitam.
One more.
Maya Javinyakachanna Makya Doksha Jamavyayam Nalakshyase Mudadrisha Nato Natyadharu. No, it didn't come out right. Nalakshyase Mudadrisha Nato Natyadharo Yatha.
Good, okay. Devavrata, next.
Ram Mahadaya.
Go ahead, next
Mahadaya,
verse.
can you change the slide? Tatha paramahamsanam munina mamalatmanam bhakti yoga vidhanartham katham pashyema hisriyaha.
Next. Sarita Garg.
Mahadaya.
Namaste Mahadaya. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Okay. Once you finish recitation, mute yourselves. Rajagopalan Vijay Raghavan. Next shloka. Rajagopalan, I have muted you.
Yeah, namaskaram. Nama Pankaja Nabhaya, Nama Pankaja Maline, Nama Pankaja Netraya, Namaste Pankaja Jagraye.
That Namah Pankaja, you have to say, it is kind of like the F sound in English. You can try practicing with like that. Then you have to blow through your lips. Namah Pankaja Nabhaya. It is not Namah Pankaja.
Namah Pankaja
Namah.
Nata. Namah.
For all of you, write down an F itself over there. That's how our elders taught us.
Namah
Write down an
Pankaja.
F in. Correct. That's how you say.
Thank you.
Krishnan Yoga. Next verse, 23. Yes, Krishnan, you may unmute yourself and recite.
यथा ऋषिकेश कलेन देवकी कंसेन हृदात् पिचरं सुचार्पिता विमोहचिताहं च सहता मजा विभो त्वयैव नाथेन मुहिर्वि पदगणात्.
You have to listen multiple times and recite along with my recording. You get it. Good. Kamala Shankar, next 24.
Ram Ram Mahodaya. विशान्महाग्रे पुरुषाददर्शनात् असत्सभाया वनवासकृच्छ्रतः मृधे मृधेनेकमहारथास्रतौ द्रौण्यस्त्रतश्चास्म हरेभिरक्षिताः.
Good. Deepika Kamath, next verse.
सन्तु नश्यत्वत्र तत्र जगद्गुरो भवतो दर्शनं यत्याद पुनर्भव दर्शनम्.
Next verse, Vasanti.
राम राम. जन्मैश्वर्यश्रुतश्रीभिः रेधमानमदः
Stop
पुमान्.
at Shribi. You have to say Edhamana.
जन्मैश्वर्यश्रुतश्रीभिः एधमानमदः पुमान् नैवार्हत्याभिदातुं वै त्वामकिञ्चन गोचरम्.
Good. Continue. Practice. Good. Next, MVL Madhubala. 27.
नमो किंचन वित्ताय निवृत्तगुणवृत्तये आत्मा रामाय शान्ताय कैवल्यपतये नमः.
Previous people, please mute once finished, or else it is overlapping. Rajesh K, next verse.
मन्ये त्वां कालमीशानम् अनादिनिधनं विभुं समं चरन्तं सर्वत्र भूतानां यन्मितः कलिः.
Next, somebody has named themselves iPad. 29. You can recite.
Namaste, Mahodaya. न वेद कश्चित् भगवंश्चिकीर्षितं तवेकमानस्य नृणां विडम्बनं न यस्य कश्चित् दयितोऽस्ति कर्हिचित् वेद्यश्च यस्मिन् विषमामतिर्नृणाम्.
Last line, Dveshyascha, not Vedyascha. Dveshyascha.
द्वेष्यश्च यस्मिन् विषमामतिर्नृणाम्.
Next verse, Nityapai.
जन्म कर्म च विश्वात्मन्नजस्याकर्तुरात्मनः तिर्यन्नृशिष्यादस्सु तदत्यन्तविडम्बनम्.
Excellent. One more verse. Next verse, 31. Nitya.
Yes, sir. गोप्या ददे त्वयि कृतागसिदाम तावद् या ते दशाश्रुकलिलाञ्जनसम्भ्रमाक्षं वक्त्रन्निनीय भयभावनया स्थितस्य सा मां विमोहयति भीरपि यद्विभेति.
Very good.
धन्यवादः सर.
Next verse, Saumini Ramakrishnan, 32.
Ram.
केचित् आहूरजं जातं पुण्यश्लोकस्य कीर्तये यदो प्रियस्यान्मवाये मनयस्येव चन्दनम्.
Good. Next, Girija 33.
राम राम महोदय. अपरे वसुदेवस्य देवक्यां याचितोऽभ्यगात् अजस्त्वमस्य क्षेमाय वधाय च it's gone.
Suradvisham.
Suradvisham. Sorry.
Okay, next, Abhay 34. Abhay.
Shall I?
Yes, yes. Abhay.
भारावतारणान्याये भुवो नावै इवो ददौ सिद्ध्यन्ता भूरि भारेण जतो हि आत्मभुवाद्धितः.
I heard correction between a lot of things. Bharavatarana yanye, not nyaye. And Sidantya, Hyatma Bhuva. You have to listen closely and practice.
Okay.
Vidyamani 35.
भवेस्मिन् क्लिश्यमाणानाम् अविद्या कामकर्मभिः श्रवणस्मरणार्हाणि करिष्यन्निति केचन.
Very good. Next. 36. Zoom user. That is how your name is. 36.
Namaste.
Which one? 36, huh?
शृण्वन्ति गायन्ति गृह्णन्त्यभिज्ञशः स्मरन्ति नन्दन्ति तवेहितं जनाः स एव पश्यन्त्यचिरेण तावकं भवप्रवाहो परमं पदाम्बुजम्.
Good. Kala Savitri 37.
अप्यद्यनस्त्वं स्वकृते हितप्रभो जिहाससि स्मितसुहृदोऽनु जीवनः येषां न चान्यद् भवतः पदाम्बुजात् परायणं राजसु योजितांहसाम्.
Okay. Uma Devi, next verse 38.
केवयं नाम रूपाभ्यां यदुभिः सह पाण्डवाः भवतो दर्शनैर्हि हृषीकाणामिवेशितुः.
Next was Raghunath 39.
नेयं सोभिष्यते तत्र यथेदानीं गदाधरा त्वत्पदैरङ्किता भाति स्वलक्षणविलक्षितैः.
Very good. 40. Bharati. Please mute yourselves once you have finished. Bharati, I have unmuted you. You can speak. Okay. Or Sarita Garg.
इमे जनपदा श्रद्धाः सुपक्वौषधी विरुदः वनाद्रिनद्युतन्वन्तो ह्येदन्ते तव वीक्षितैः.
Bharati 41.
अथ विश्वेश विश्वात्मन् विश्वमूर्ते स्वेषु स्नेहपाशमिमं छिन्धि दृढं पाण्डुषु वृष्णिषु.
Those who have finished recitation, please put your hands down. Anu Kannan recited. And please mute yourself once you have finished recitation. Bharati, please.
त्वयि मेनन्यविषया वर्तिर्मधुपते सकृत् रतिमुद्वहता दद्धा
गङ्गेवौघमुदन्वति.
Very good.
Thank
Chandrasekharan AR 43.
Shri
you.
Shri Krishna Krishna Sagar. Somebody is disturbing. Somebody is disturbing.
Yeah, please go
Somebody's
ahead.
audio is on.
Not audible, sir.
Please
Shri
go ahead.
Krishna Krishna Sagar Vrishna Vrishna Vrishubhavanidrugagam Rajan Yavasam Daganana Pavargaviryam Govinda Godit Bhaja Surarti Haravataram Yogeshvara Kila Guru Bhagavan Namaste.
We Gita, you can also recite the same verse. 43.
Sri Krishna Krishna Sagar
श्रीकृष्ण कृष्ण सगवृष्ण्य वृषभावनेतृग्राजन्यवंशदहनान भवर्गवीर्य गोविन्द गोद्विज सुरार्तिहरावतार योगेश्वराखिल कुरो भगवन्नमस्ते.
Good. Lalita Krishnamurti, you can also recite the same verse.
Ram Ram. Shri Krishna Krishna Saga Vrishnish Bhavani Druk Rajanya Vamshadaganana Pavarkavirya Govinda Govid Vijasudati Haravatara Yogeshwara Gilaguru Bhagavan Namaste. Yogeshwara Gilaguru Bhagavan Namaste.
Vijay Raghavan, you can recite 37, the one on the screen.
अप्यद्य नस्त्वं स्वकृते हितप्रभो जिहाससि स्वित्सुहृदोऽनुजीविनः येषां न चान्य भवतः पदाम्बुजात् परायणं राजसूयोजितां हसाम्.
Good. Only that sweet suhridaha there also. Good. Revati Tirumale Sami 36.
शृण्वन्ति गायन्ति गृह्णन्त्यभीश्चन च स्मरन्ति नन्दन्ति दरेहितं जनाः स एव पश्यन्त चिरेण दावहं भवप्रवाहोपरमं पदाम्बुजम्.
Okay. Sujit 43.
केवयं नाम रूपाभ्यां यदुभिः सह पाण्डवाः भवदो दर्शनं यर्हि ऋषिकाणामिवेशितुः.
Okay, good.
43, it was 43, Mahodaya. Sorry.
Okay, that's okay. One sloka, that's why it doesn't matter. As far as you are reciting properly, it's fair. Now, who did I unmute?
I have to recite
Nagalakshmi.
this?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
No, it's okay. Nagalakshmi 43. Nagalakshmi, you can unmute yourself. Or else Dr. Bhuma Krishna.
Shri Krishna Krishna Sakavrishna. Can you hear me?
Yes.
43 no. Shri Krishna Krishna Sakavrishna Prabhavanidhrug Rajanya Vamshadhana Pavargavirya Govinda Godvija Surarti Haravatara Yogeshwara Khila Guru Bhagavan Namaste.
Okay. Dr. Bhuma Krishnan, same verse.
Shri Krishna Krishna Saka Vrishni Rishabhanidrug Rajanya Vamshadahana Apavarga Virya Govinda Godvija Surartita Haravatara Yogeshwara Akila Guru Bhagavan Namaste.
We will pause the class here for today. We will continue with the next stuti. Dhruva stuti will be beginning in next class. We will go ahead from there. नमस्सर्वेभ्यः राम 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 अग्रिमशनिवासरे पुनः मिलामः. हैप्पी नवरात्रि टू एवरीवन. धन्यवादाः.